Okay, we're back. Playing only the hits from lovely scenic Paju City, South Korea. How the hell are you? In order to save time and energy, I'm not going to explain what I'm on about here. I wrote a lengthy description. If you're interested in these sorts of things, then, well, it's a miracle that you've ever found this. But it's all explained in the stream video description. However, even if you have read that description, there's a little bit of a curveball, a little bit something that I didn't mention in there. Forgot to mention it. Another thing that crossed my mind before I came back to this, and that is, what if? Okay, I've got two instances of tone boosters real bus in my 2 bus. You've got too many plugins in your 2 bus. Okay. Duly noted. Now, the reason I have 2 instances of tone boosters real bus is because for this reason, that reason, the other reason, this is just an exceedingly bright mix project. I don't know. That's just the way it turned out. And on this album, I have certain roughly delineated standards that I'm shooting for. It's not to say that there can't be deviations from those standards, but before I deviate from them, first I'm going to conform what I'm doing to them. And then if I don't like it, or if it's not appropriate or doesn't work, then I'll deviate from them. Now, big part of that standard is this thing here called Air Windows Meter. And hey, whoever it is out there, how the hell are you? If you're interested in this, you won't know if you're interested unless you read the description. Okay, anyway. All right, so the rule of thumb is that you see in this, I'm going to turn this off so I can read this. There's bright, sonority, and dark. This meter gives you readouts on a lot of different things. It's a learning curve. But bright in general, I want bright. Okay, the ideal ratio is like 25, 50, 25. 25 bright, 50 sonority, 25 dark. And these are always fluctuating up and down. I'm talking on average over time. And really, more realistically, it's more like 35, 50, 15. I should say, yeah, 35, 50, 15. Anyway, in order to, as part of the effort to bring this mix, which was consistently up into the 70s, 80 percentile bright, to bring it down into the ballpark of that ratio, having 2 instances of this plugin as part of that effort, right? So enough said about that. Now, so I thought, what if? So I had this one here. This is the old Real Bus version 3, and I had it on Consumer Deck, which is a quite bright setting. The second instance was Real Bus, doggone it, I hit the wrong button. Real Bus version 4 on a setting called Canadian boards with the WoW and Flutter turned down, which is a little too dark. I don't know. It's a balancing act, but I thought, I recently found this preset in version 4 called Hyper, which does really cool things, but it involves a leveling down no matter what. And I'm already leveling down, re-leveling down. So I thought, what if I were to take out this version 3 consumer deck and insert version 4 Hyper. And so I've got RealBus version 4 Hyper running into RealBus version 4 Canadian boards. Why all this attention to detail? You're over mixing, sir. You got too many plugins in your 2-bus. Thank you. Duly noted. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like this new hipster thing. Don't overthink your mixes, man. It's like, yeah. Like be like a chef that just throws shit onto the plate, just glops it on the plate and sends it out, right? I'm going for something here, right? So, and it's not a linear path. There's a lot of dead ends and wrong turns, and this is all part of that. And this could turn out to be another dead end or wrong turn tonight, but that's what makes it worth documenting, I think, just in case anybody's ever interested. So, anyway, here we are, and oh, Josh, I wasn't looking at the chat. You're here, buddy. Hey. I'm sorry you had a rough day, man. Yeah. Hey, just for whatever it's worth, before I do turn my attention to this and drone on and hopefully help you get some shut eye. I want to. How can I put this? I've become aware how that things are somewhat. You two are going through some stuff, and it was made public, and I was there to see it. So, I just want you to know, I have been I've been to hell and back. I really have, in more ways than you might care to suppose. And I'm here to tell you that you can make it through it. You can make it to the other side. And the things that you tell your audience apply to yourself as well. And my heart goes out to both of you. All right? Okay. Hang in there. Things can get better in ways that you might not expect. All right, man. So, anyway, Josh, you might like this. So I'm trying something. I don't know if you read the description, but I have this hypothesis that I found this new Air Windows Console LA thing, which is supposed to emulate the old Quad 8 consoles that Steely Dan used before there were Neves. It's kind of a Laurel Canyon sound, Joni Mitchell and Zappa and these people. And I suspect ZZ Top. Anyway, they were Texas, but it brought this darkening kind of analog tapey vibe without killing the detail that I was talking about. And who do we have here? Abdul Rahman. I'm on the recommended page. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Did the almighty algorithm recommend me to somebody? That would be a first, I think. Anyway, if you're interested in this kind of thing, stick around, I guess. Okay, well, I'm kind of on a little bit of a mission here, sir. If you care to weigh in as you go, please, as you watch, please do. Or if you decide it's not for you, I wish you well. I'm going to continue. I'm explaining this situation to my brother, Soundacre Studio Man. So, okay, I'm just going to carry on. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so, all right. Well, if that's the case, then please bear with me for just another couple of minutes while I explain to Soundacres what I'm on about here, and then I'll actually play some music, and we'll just see how you feel about it. Okay, all right. But either way, welcome. Now, so Josh, it's like I did the analog versus digital thing, and I said, okay, I give up, right? But then this got me back on the trail. So it's like, man, it sounds like it's actually intriguing. It's like it's got a tapey kind of vibe. It's got an analogy kind of vibe, but I'm not losing detail. It sounds like, and it gave it a different sense of space, which really amazed me. A better sense of space, and it also it gave the mix. And I had tried. I don't use compression in my two-bus anymore. Not even like a subtle glue compressor. And I tried it, but I just didn't like anything. But this Air Windows Console LA system gave it the glue. It made the vocals behave. It made everything behave, right? Okay, so I'm trying it on this song, Passing Through, which was nice and bright and ethereal, but it didn't have it wasn't ballsy enough. It didn't have enough dirt and grit. And anyway, so here I am. I applied it, but it's like the details weren't being lost, but it was still just not, it's not there yet, right? And so I was thinking, well, what if I just level down to get it? Sometimes I had this hypothesis that maybe I should just level down more than I'm comfortable by inclination leveling down. Just like, really, level down. Get it coming in at like minus 14.5 LUFS and see what happens. And then I thought, what if I take out RealBus V3 consumer deck and I stick in, this is like really bodacious, stick in RealBus V4 Hyper before RealBus V4 Canadian boards with wow and flutter off because it's retarded, and see if I can get everything I love out of the Hyper setting, but then that forces me to re-level anyway. So this is where I am, okay? And just for the sake of reference, I will pull up, I'll pull up the video that I posted recently. So, Abdul Rahman, this is a music video that I posted recently for a song of mine, and this is the way that it sounded. And now I'm going back and kind of like remixing, remastering it because I want it to sound better, and better as I define it. Okay, so this is what it sounds like. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'm just going to play, like, I don't know, the first bit of it, right? Just to give you an idea. And then I'm going to hit play in the digital audio workstation and let you hear how it sounds now. And you can hear how it sounds different. So right here, it's right here. It's called Passing Through. Actually, the full title is Passing Through Phantoms Each to Each is the full title. Okay, so here's the way it sounds. Or sounded. Okay, I'm going to stop it right there before the vocals come in. That's enough. And if you listen, you can hear some very fine detail going on in there. And it's very bright. It's very bright sound for me. And but what is lacking is a certain kind of what I've come to call dark power. Not dark as in evil or sinister, but just dark, sonically dark power. And so here I go. I'm going to play the same part. Now, it's going to be a bit too loud, so I'm going to turn the master down a couple of decibels. And here we go. Thank you. Yeah, it does sound different, doesn't it? Now, sound is kind of hard to talk about objectively, right? And people, I don't know what part of the world you're from, but what language is your first language, but people have different ways of talking about sound, and bright and dark are two words that people commonly use. To me, this has a darker sound, which I want. I like a darker sort of sound, but I want it to have the details that come with the brightness, And I just feel like the details are still there, but they're not as pleasing. And so I'm trying to... so I'm just thinking... I just have a hypothesis here. I'm going to try and see if it... Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe. The second one felt like it was tapping into something deeper in me. Wow. I didn't expect someone to come along and say something like that. And here's Chloe Lynn. Wow, where is this? I never have people come in here. Well, Chloe Lynn, what makes the darker sound? Chloe, were you there when I played the first part, the first one? I can just play like 10 seconds and 10 seconds. And if you didn't hear it, you can hear it now, and then or if you did hear it, listen again. I'll just play it like a few seconds, okay? Like 15 seconds. Oops. I meant to hit stop. Sorry. Okay, now listen here, and I need to turn this down even a little bit more to make it like the same volume. Okay. Here we go. So, Chloe, can you hear? Well, it's all subjective, Chloe. I mean, different people hear sound in different ways. In some ways, we all hear it the same, but in other ways, we hear it all different. Oh, yeah, more treble in the uploaded one, definitely, and that I can show you that objectively. I have instruments that can show you that. But yeah, so. To most people, I think brighter means more treble, and just it's prettier. It's kind of prettier, and it's not that one is better than the other. It's just what I'm going for, And this one just has more. It has like the. My nickname is Lean Bear, and to me, I can hear kind of like the growling of bears in there, and I kind of like that, and I kind of want it. You know what I mean? And that's part of the darkness too. So now what I need to do, you could hear that. Now this is my master volume right here, and if I put this where it's supposed to be at 0. You can hear how loud this is. It's too loud. And so I have a hypothesis. Now, Abdul Rahman and Chloe Lynn, where are you from? Your English is really good, but your names, well, you could be American, you could be Canadian, you could be Australian, you could be anything, but not that it matters, but I forget why I even asked or thought of it, but I did have a point. Anyway, I'm thinking of several different things at the same time here. Middle Eastern. Yeah, well, your name is Middle Eastern. And Lynn, I'm guessing that may be like Taiwan. Okay, Taiwanese. I was going to guess Chinese. I'm in South Korea. And Lynn is not a Korean name. Lim with an M is a Korean name. But I've never met a Korean Lynn. That's a Chinese name. Yeah, I'm in South Korea. I've been here for a long, long, long time. Yeah, that's right. Well, I'm really amazed that there are people in here from other parts of the world. This has never happened, really. Really? I thought the algo hated me. So algo's never been nice to me. Oh, you're in Seoul? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. How long have you been in Seoul, Abdul? I don't have a whole lot of time. I mean, I don't mean to be like unfriendly or anything. I do have something to do here, okay? And I do want to be a gracious host and chat with you. But while I wait for you to answer, I'm going to go about doing some things here, okay? So this is my mixing board. This is a few years now, and with your name being from the Middle East, you're probably fluent in Korean by now, aren't you? I bet you are. I'm a dumb American. I've been here for almost 3 decades, and my Korean is still terrible. Oh, between here and Canada. Right on. Right on, man. Well, Soundacre Studio here. You guys, if you think this is interesting, you should go check out Soundacre Studio, his channel, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. And he does something really interesting on his channel. And he's also a great musician. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Yeah. He's a very great musician. He's doing other things besides music these days. It's really interesting, and a lot of people are watching and paying attention to it. And I think you might enjoy it. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I want you to go there and find out. And his name is Josh, and he's in Australia. And I'm very honored to have him here tonight. It's past his bedtime, I think. And so I'm going to, I mean it, Josh. So I'm going to go ahead and just for like a few minutes, I'm going to turn my attention to, this is my, what's called console. And this is, so let me just tell you real quick. These are all the different elements of the song. You know, here's the drums, and the 2 is the bass guitar, and 3 is the acoustic guitar, and then there's electric guitars, and there's organ, and there's synth, and probably 4 different vocal parts. There's a baritone part, 2 tenor parts, and a harmony part. And then there's the guitar solos, and there's like a Indian sitar kind of sound, and a Indian tabla drum kind of sound, and a lot going on, right? But so it's like 17 tracks, and if I switch over to this view, it's the same tracks, but just kind of arranged in a different way. And this view makes it easier for me to adjust the levels, the volume levels of the individual elements as I go. And I'm going to use a reference tool to help me keep track of how loud this is. Oh no, that's the wrong one. It's this one right here. And I'm going to play it right now. I'm going to show you this. This should be at minus 14.0 is the loudest it should be. But you can see right away, I'm predicting it's going to go down to like... Actually, that's not as loud as I thought, you know? That's not too bad, actually. So, I don't know why the YouTube video sounded so much quieter. But that's actually not too bad. I want it to be just a little bit quieter than that right there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by bringing the acoustic guitar down to about minus 1.9. I like odd numbers for some reason. And I'm going to bring these electric guitars down to like minus... well, I'm not going to go with even numbers. So I'm going to go like minus 2.5. Minus 2.5. Now this is probably more than I'm actually gonna bring these levels down. But I'm gonna start with these 3 level reductions. Actually, I'm gonna bring the acoustic down to 2.5 too, just to make it, that makes it really simple and straightforward, and that's what I've done so far. And what I'm listening for is, well, first off, I want to see if the overall volume comes down to where I want it to come down. But the more interesting thing that I am trying to find out is if it's going to sound better. If it's going to sound better with more. Now, there's another way that we talk about sound. Musicians and guys do audio. Is that we like to talk about space. It has a sense of space, right? There's left and right, and there's also like more further away and closer up, and there's also even kind of like up and down. It's kind of a three-dimensional space. So, and some things can sound kind of like really claustrophobic, and then other things can sound like really wide open. And I like things to sound kind of big and open more. So anyways, I'm going to go back and give this another listen, and I'm going to look at it again in this loudness meter. And just like, here we go. Now this number right here, minus this one that says integrated, by the end of this intro, I want this to be right around minus 16.1 or 16.3. And so this is still too loud. And the playback is glitching a little bit because my processor, my CPU is being rather heavily loaded. Okay. But anyway, so I'm going to go back to my console here. I'm going to do some more leveling down. I'm going to go to other tracks, and I'm going to take these down to 3. Okay, I'm going to take them all the way down to 3, and I'm going to take this one. It's called King Kong because that's the name of the guitar. The guitar is called King Kong. I'm going to take it down to, let's say, minus 2.3. I'm just picking numbers here. The bass guitar, I'm going to bring down to, I'm going to take it down minus 1.3. The drums, I don't want to bring them down. And the atmospheric guitar, I actually want that to stand out a little bit more. It's one of the details that I feel is not clear and present enough. I'm going to leave it right there. This thing, church organ, that's another detail that I think is kind of getting a little bit lost. I'm going to leave it where it is. And the vocals, there are 4 vocal parts. And I'm going to, just for starters, I'm going to go back and check again. So here I go back and I turn on my loudness meter. And I'm sorry I'm not replying. It's just that I have to, I need to get something done here. And then when I'm ready to take a break, I'll come back and hopefully you haven't gone away. Because I'm really pleasantly surprised to have you here. Okay, so I'm going to try again. Wow, okay, minus 16.6. I hit my target and then some. And I'm just going to leave it right there because I'd like to have actually, my idea was to bring it down a little bit lower than I even need it. And so now you're probably tired of hearing this intro over and over again. And if you're still here, and yes, Abdul, I'll give you a subscription as well. And Chloe, if you're still here, it's always great to meet new people It rarely happens, but it's very nice when it does. And I really do appreciate your kindness. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn on another meter here that is going to give me a lot more information than just the how loud it is. This is going to tell me a lot of different things, but you can see that it has a bright, sonority, and dark. Okay, and so this is going to give me. Now my ears, I already have a pretty good idea what I'm going to see, but sometimes I'm surprised. And the other thing this is going to show me, it has to do with how the it tells me about energy and things called peaks, energy peaks, peak distribution, and other things. So I'm going to, and hopefully it plays smoothly while I have this meter going, but I'm just going to hit play and let it play for a little bit longer. And I may do some adjusting as it plays back, because the vocals might be too loud now. So, all right, I'll shut up now and hit play. This is the sweet spot. This is where if I could have it right here all the time, I would. It's a beautiful distribution of green and black and red, green and blue and red. It could be a little bit less dense, but it's okay. Okay, that's enough. I think that's re-leveled enough that it should bring it down well under, I think, minus 14 as I like it. And I feel like it's better balanced and clearer, and I think that my hypothesis was maybe right. And thank you, Josh. Thank you, Chloe. Thank you, Abdul Rahman. Man, this is a very lonely thing that I do. It really is. And I just did a live stream about it yesterday, about how I just like I become very comfortable in the loneliness because I understand why it is. And then isn't that how life is, you know? And then you turn around and suddenly there's like people coming in and saying, "Hey, what is this? Oh, that's just how my life seems to go sometimes." And it really means a lot to me. So I'm kind of like blown away, man. Really. So yeah, you know, I think this hypothesis of mine was probably right. And now, here's the thing. If I now to find my answer, I have to play the whole thing from beginning to end and let that loudness meter run. Where the problem is that because my CPU is being strained, it's like the playback is not so nice. There's little tiny little ticks and sputters, and it's bothering me. So I'm not going to do that right now during this stream. And in fact, my streams tend to go on for a very long time, maybe too long, and it's like I think I found my answer, and I think it does sound better than it did before. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to end this stream now, and I'm going to check that loudness level. And if I met it, I'm going to make sure I meet the loudness level, and then I'm going to mix it down again. And then I'll do another short stream in a little bit, and I'll just play them in their whole entirety, but I'll play them side by side and let you hear the result. And you can, if you're so kind, you could leave a comment and just tell me which one you prefer. And if you can think of how to say it, you could tell me why, and I would appreciate that very much, really. So, and Josh, thanks for being here, and I hope you get some good rest, man. It sounds like you had a tough day physically, and probably in other ways. So, be kind to yourself. Be good to yourself. That's a hard thing for guys like us to do, and it's. I think I've come to realize that in a way it's something that we learn how to do, and we can learn how to do it. It's like practicing anything else, being kind to yourself. Yeah, it is difficult, I know, but you can do it. And I think maybe it helps to have other people tell you that. Sometimes you know things because you're not stupid. I mean, you're a smart man, and you know things. But it helps to have other people just vocalize it and say it. At least that I try not to speak for other people. I'm kind of speaking for myself, but I'm thinking you might be. I'm not like unique in the world, right? So, yeah. There are people who love you, man. And I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. You are loved and appreciated. And you know me, I'm not the kind of, to sound like a Hallmark card. So, I don't blow sunshine, you know that. Okay? Now, Chloe Lynn and Abdul Rahman, I can't tell you how much I appreciate your kindness. And I will go and subscribe to you as well. As a matter of fact, I'm going to. All right. Well, I'll have this chat after I'm finished. And before I go, I shouldn't be like brusque or rude or anything. Is there anything you would like to say or ask before I conclude this? And in the meantime, while I wait for you, if you don't answer in a couple of minutes, then I'll just assume that it's okay. Okay, all right. Okay, Chloe, thank you very much. And I really appreciate it. And Abdul, you okay too? Since you're in Seoul, don't be a stranger. Who knows, but maybe we can... Who knows, but maybe we could meet up sometime for a cup of tea or coffee or something. Maybe you could show me a good Middle Eastern store. I usually go to the international store in Itaewon, but these days, I don't know. I live pretty far from Itaewon, and I don't really like going there anymore. Maybe another neighborhood or something where I could go. Maybe you could show me something in Seoul that I haven't seen. It's always possible. Great. So Josh is subscribed to you. So I'll find you, and I'll subscribe as well. Wow. Blessings, 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 blessings all. And you may or may not be religious. I don't really care. I don't consider myself religious either. But I always say, God bless and keep you wherever you are and whatever you may be doing, as long as it's within reason, of course. But I do mean it. And there's a lot of power in that. So be well. And go in peace and love. And thank you again. I'm going to go now. Over and out.